It is the Toy Man Chris Hill back for another edition of the Squared Circle. Um, I'm guessing solo tonight after the events of this past weekend. We'll get into it and kind of say what happened. I know I've got a lot of people upset right now. But it was Cinco de Mayo weekend, and we have a lot to talk about for sure. So, I guess we'll just start things off with, how things went, what went on, and it was Cinco de Mayo weekend. We started off on Saturday at the Fan Fest for the Railroaders. Incredible day out at La Moderna Field. Railroaders around, lots of fans out there, and we had a really great time. We started off our Campeón de Cinco de Mayo tournament with 2 qualifying matches on Saturday. It was starting things off, Alligator taking on Joe Angelo Garcia. Definitely a hard-fought battle for these two men, vying to be able to compete for the first ever Cinco de Mayo championship. Alligator was impressive, but Juicy Joangelo Garcia came out on top with King Outlaw nowhere in sight. I mean, we talked about that last week with King Outlaw and Joey having a bit of a dispute, and they were nowhere to be seen together on Saturday. So, but Joe did victory and led us into our next match. It was a rematch of Bodark Bronson taking on Trey Jackson, with Ricky alongside him as well. Interestingly, another I guess a rematch from a couple of weeks ago, or from a week ago, and a lot of the same outcome, I guess. Ricky was there helping Trey out. Bodark had Tuson come running in to try to interfere once again, but Ricky caught him this time. But unfortunately, that gave an opening for Bodark to use some foreign object to knock Trey out and get the win. So, it's interesting. The battle between Ricky and Tuson outside the ring was almost as intense as what was going on inside the ring. So, there was a lot going on, and I don't think this is over. I think we will see a lot more from Bodark and Trey, as long with Tuson. Our third match was Alberto de la Cruz taking on Morte Infernal. True lucha libre match for Cinco de Mayo, and absolutely incredible. These two men put on an incredible match. I loved every minute of it. It was Morte Infernal coming up with the victory, though, taking out Alberto de la Cruz. And then we had our next match was the next qualifying match for the Campeón de Cinco de Mayo. It was the Diamond in the Rough, Devontae James, taking on the Enforcer, Ocho Camacho. Honestly, it was definitely a battle of the big men here. The two of them fought valiantly, fought hard, and it was the debut for Devontae James. or not the debut. I guess he was on the last show as well. But another good showing for Devontae James. But Ocho Camacho did come out victorious on this round. Then we had let's see. I'm not even sure if I am on the air right now. My computer is acting up, and I apologize. If I am on the air, then you will. I'm just checking some things right now because it looks like I am frozen. There we go. All right, I am back, at least on here. Hopefully, I am back broadcasting once again. Again, I apologize, everyone. I had a computer crash this week, and I'm using a backup computer that is a little bit older. So I'm hoping that it will stick to this, and we'll be able to continue. So anyway, we had Devontae James, Ocho Camacho, Ocho coming up victorious on that one. And then our main event for Saturday was Mikey B taking on that guy, Red Chambers. Big J was sitting in commentary the whole time, and he was waiting for this. He had said that there were issues with Mikey's head, where Mikey's been at, those type of things, and he was definitely looking forward to taking on there we go. Now I'm getting comments and stuff. Far from over from those two in the sanctuary. Thank you, Ricky. Mikey B, Red Chambers, Big J was saying that Mikey B's head has not been on right, and it showed. Mikey kept pointing fingers at Big J. He kept turning his attention away from Big J. It was just back and forth, and ultimately it ended up being Red Chambers getting the victory over Mikey B. So that was our Saturday with a huge day. We rolled right into Sunday with much more. We had the return of Balak Bridges taking on Alligator. It was a glorious return for Balak, and Balak did come up victorious. Gator was 0-2 for the weekend with us here at APW, but Balak Bridges was victorious there. Hilda Lamuneka then came out and said that she had heard that there was a student in the back who had been talking trash or something, or challenging, thinking that she was ready to take on the champion. And so she graciously allowed DJ LZ to come and be part of the festivities. But ultimately, Hilda was victorious. DJ LZ was not ready for it, and Hilda did come up victorious and remains our women's champion. We then had our El Campeón de Cinco de Mayo match with the enforcer Ocho Camacho taking on Joe Angelo Garcia. It was absolutely a difference of style. I mean, you had the big man taking on the quick and saucy, juicy Joe Angelo. The two of them fought it out in so many close pins on that. But in the end, it was the enforcer Ocho Camacho coming up victorious to become the first champion for Cinco de Mayo. He will reign supreme for a year until we crown the next one next year. And then we had our the big presser Levi Lucas defending his championship against King Outlaw Jason Bruce. Again, pointing out the fact that Joey or Bruce was not with Joey during his match. Joey was not with Bruce during his match, and they were solo. They did say that they were going to, King Outlaw said he was going to take care of the posse in his own way, and he took it to Levi. He was very close. He was fighting valiantly, beating up on Levi, taking him out, and ultimately, Mr. Bannon's a bit of a sneaky player, and got some stuff to Levi. Levi took out Bruce and knocked him clean out, and your winner and still champion is Levi Lucas for that. But that led us into our battle royal. We ended up with 20 people participating. Twenty-two participants in the battle royal. We had Balak Bridges started things off against Tuson Dunn. Bodark came in right after, and shortly after that, Trey comes in, and it became a battle of old partners in that Balak and Trey used to be a team with the Sanctuary against Tuson and Bodark. But then things started rolling. We had Red River Brawler show up, Undiente show up, Rebel, Big John G came and was going to. Hilda got called to the ring, but she kind of came and sat in commentary for a bit, didn't jump into the ring very quickly. Alligator then came out, and then surprises, then the music for Jay Kirby hits, and Jay goes into the ring. Then they call my name. No, I was not having any part of it. I did not go into the ring. I was not participating. I want to be very clear. I was not participating in the Battle Royal. We'll talk about the ending of that, but no, the winner of the Battle Royal. We'll get to that. Seth Anunnaki came in. Ocho Camacho came in. The Red Russian came in. Then DJ LZ came in. Once DJ LZ came in, Hilda kind of gave up, and she decided to go in, and she wasn't going to let her DJ have all the fun. Ricky Jackson got called to the ring. Rock Bannon got called to the ring. Levi Lucas, Cabra, King Outlaw Jason Bruce was one of the last entrants, and then Lucha de Negro was our final participant to come to the ring. And then when it comes to eliminations, it was wild. Gator was the first eliminated. Balak followed shortly thereafter. Let's see. Then we ended up with Tuson and Bodark and Trey all going out kind of at the same time. Brawler was out. Undiente was out. The Rebel was out. Hilda got taken out. Ocho, the Russian, DJ LZ, Ricky went out. Basically, even Jay Kirby got thrown out, and your winner was the King Outlaw, Jason Bruce. He was the final member in the ring. He is the winner of the Battle Royal. I see someone decide to join now, and I see him shaking his head. King Outlaw, Jason Bruce was the
I'm having technical difficulties. I tell you, I'm stuck behind a train. I even try to call into the show, and you ignore me. So let me set the record straight. No, King Outlaw didn't win the Battle Royal, and I apologize right now for some technical difficulties. I'm still getting logged into my computer. No, Toy Man Chris Hill won the Battle Royal.
See, Alexander Stone is a stickler to rules, and I was not in it. I never entered the ring.
Never entered the ring, which means you never got eliminated. You were announced. You were announced almost directly after me. only to then watch King Outlaw eliminate himself. Hi, Chris. Nice to see you, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jay Kirby here, joining Chris Hill a little bit late. There was a train, there was traffic, there was technical difficulties, and Chris decided to ignore me. That's fine.
I was afraid because you did say you quit afterwards, and I thought maybe it was legit and you were not.
I've not quit the squared circle. I'm still here. Putting words in my mouth, Chris.
I don't want to claim victory. I am not.
What?
I did enter in the end, but I climbed in the ring to celebrate King Outlaw. He had won the match, and I was very excited for him. I know I upset Johnny. I upset other fans. I mean, King Outlaw did win, and I fully intend to honor that King Outlaw is the winner. So, as far as I know.
We'll see what the board has to say about this. But as of right now, Chris Hill, you've got the golden ticket. So, I don't know what your plans are. Are you, going to give your favorite lovable tag team that seemed to be having a lover's quarrel a shot at the title? Are you going to give it to your co-host, your co-conspirator for the past 3 or 4 months and get me a shot at a title? I don't know. I'm surprised you even got in. I got in because of retaliation. I knew the posse was going to try to pull something, so I was ready for him this time. I don't think they were ready for me.
I was very impressed with the way you took out. You did not hold back on Big John G.
No, I did not. I've been holding back for months, Chris. Pardon me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to switch over to my better camera. Give me just a moment, and I'll give you the.
I'll take a commercial break, and we'll be back right after this.
Are you ready to start your fitness journey today, but don't want to deal with the hassle of big, overcrowded franchise gyms, or tired of waiting on gym equipment? Then head down to AFC Advanced Fitness Center in Keene, Texas, where we're locally owned and operated. That's 2221 FM 2280 Keene, Texas, where we offer several different memberships starting out at $23.99. We also offer 24-hour memberships and also tanning. Don't forget to call us and ask us about our first responder discounts and our educator discounts and also veteran discounts. Call us at 817-506-0003. That's 817-506-0003. Call us today and let's get healthy together.
Looking for unbeatable daily deals on the hottest vapes and treats? Head to Vapor Labs. Discover amazing sales on Geek Bars, Core Infinity Vapes, and a variety of delicious gummy treats. Find us at 1301 West Henderson Street, Suite 1, Cleburne, Texas, right between World Gym and Bright Dental. Don't miss out on your next great deal at Vapor Labs, your one-stop shop for all things vape and more.
Are you enjoying watching full episodes of Advanced Pro Wrestling on the DC Network? Well, why not catch a live show? Advanced Pro Wrestling is bringing action throughout the year in Johnson County. Catch one of our shows live in Cleveland or Alvarado, Texas. But what are you waiting for? Visit advancedprowrestling.com and get your tickets today for the next live show and come be a part of the APW experience.
Our next show will be Craving Carnage, Saturday, May 17th, with a return to Alvarado. It feels like we have been neglecting Alvarado this year. We were there in January, and that was it. So
we were there for my first official meeting, my first official appearance in APW, and now we're returning there. Ironically enough, as of Sunday, I'm no longer listed as a commentator. I am now an active part of the roster. So I don't know if I'm going to have a match Saturday. I don't know if anyone's going to issue a challenge, but I'm saying it now. Jay Kirby's back. He's no longer sitting behind a booth, no longer sitting behind a table. So if anyone's got anything they got to say to me, you know where to find me.
More power to you. That's all I'm going to say. I know. Go back to Cinco de Mayo, to the Battle Royal.
Yes.
When the commentary or when the video comes out, you'll hear clearly on commentary that I was celebrating King Outlaw. This was not a plot on my part. I was not trying. And Rock Bannon was just laughing hysterically when King Outlaw eliminated himself. I guess I was not thinking about rules or what that my name was called. It just kind of happened, and I will make it right. I'm trying to make it right. King Outlaw's not really talking to me right now. Kind of hard, but we shall see what will come.
We definitely will.
But anyways, Craving Chaos or Craving Carnage, not Chaos. There is someone named Chris Chaos who will be in action at that. We will have the debut of Chris Chaos taking on the Agtown ace Alec Bullsdale. I've seen just a little bit about from Chris Chaos, and I'm very much looking forward to that match.
I personally have not seen much from Chris Chaos. This is announcement to me. This is new. This is news, plural. But we have seen Alex Bullsdale before. We saw him wrestle Seth Anunnaki at it wasn't Iron Paradise. I believe it was Battle Lines.
Battle Lines, I think. Yeah.
Yes, we saw him wrestle Seth Anunnaki at Battle Lines. So trying to make a big return here. Trying to get back into the swing of things, like some people. Trying to get back into that ring.
We will also have. I'm hoping I can catch King Outlaw at Craving Carnage because I want to talk to him. But it is the King Outlaw Jason Bruce taking on the return of Mike Rogers.
This is going to be a good match. We saw Mike Rogers wrestle Xander at Iron Paradise in a fantastic one-on-one match. And then King Outlaw, like you said, he has been suspiciously absent from his tag partner. Joey was not at ringside for his heavyweight title match. He was not at ringside for Joey's match against Ocho or his match against Alligator. Now, I even pointed out on commentary, usually if you're gonna rep your boy, you're gonna support your team, you're gonna wear your team colors, right? Joey specifically wearing the X-Men yellow and blue for his match against Ocho for the El Campeón del Cinco de Mayo. Joey's rocking the X-Men blue. However, Jason Bruce came out in the orange and silver. They can't even match their gear. They're so mad at each other. They can't even pack the same colors. That's how pissed off they are at one another. What's going on, Toy Man? This is your team. These are your boys.
I have not been able to talk to him. I think King Ella feels that everyone's betraying him for some reason. It's not.
I mean, I never betrayed him. I said from the get-go I didn't like him, and look what it got me. It got him eliminating me from the Battle Royal. So, actions have consequences, I guess.
Yes. But then we will have the North Texas Championship on the line as the American Viking Xander Slade will be taking on Max Volume Beckett.
This is going to be a hard-hitting affair. Our champion, I believe this is his first title defense since winning it at Metal Mayhem. Bless you.
Thank you.
I may be mad at you for Sunday, but I don't hate you, Chris.
All right. Well, thank you.
I'm just mad at you. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. How dare you? Anyway, but this is going to be a hard-hitting bout. Xander is looking to hold this North Texas title as long as he can. Which, there's a line of competitors waiting for their shot at it. I'm even going to try to put my name on that list if Xander ever wants the smoke. But This is going to be a big match. This is not going to be an easy fight for him against Mr. Volume, but expect these two to just go at it for what I consider the workhorse belt of the brand.
And then we will have the Posse, Big John G and Big Herd, with Rock Bannon by their side, taking on the debut of the Book of Eli, Elizer and Elijah Cortez.
Now, this I can speak to. When I first got to Texas, I got to watch Elizer and Eli Cortez wrestle a couple times. These are some talented gentlemen. These men, if I have, I've been out here, I've been talking about the students. I've been talking about the work that they've put in to hone their craft and excel themselves in the sport of professional wrestling. These two gentlemen, the Book of Eli, they are professionals. They take this as serious can be. They are all about the gym, honing their craft, working their technical abilities to perfection. So this is going to be a tough battle for the Posse, because Book of Eli is not a joke as a team. They are two of the toughest, just well-rounded, just honed in professional wrestlers that you're ever going to see. This is going to be a hell of a tag team match. I cannot say it any better.
I've been in contact with certain individuals. There may be some surprises for this match to even make it better, but I won't know. Hopefully I can announce it next week. I was trying to get confirmation today, and I'm not ready to confirm that, but hopefully next week we'll have a big announcement on that match as well.
Nothing confirmed yet.
Then we do have one more match with our guests tonight. We will have Tuson Dunn and Bodark Bronson, APR, taking on Trey Jackson and somebody.
A surprise partner. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chris. Video was leaked. It was not put out by APW. This is not official, but video was leaked of APR attacking Ricky Jackson after Cinco de Mayo.
We do have that. I'm gonna bring them on and let them speak to that. But let me do our second commercial break real quick,
yes,
and then we'll be back with Tuson and Bodark right after this.
Hello from Stitches, Clings, and Things, where we offer custom t-shirts for personal wear or business apparel. We even offer vehicle decals and even custom crochet items like beanies, blankets, coasters, and more. Please contact through our social media platform on Facebook or call us at 817-666-8027 and even email us at stitchesclingsandthings@outlook.com.
Hi, welcome to Henson Photography. We do all kinds of photos. Sports photos, family photos, and shows like APW. We have done rodeos, volleyball, basketball, cheerleading, color guard, promos, and many more. Henson Photography is family owned and ran. So come check us out on Facebook at Henson Photography, and we will see you at the next show.
Do you want to advertise your local business to a wider audience? Well, why not advertise with Johnson County's best pro wrestling promotion? Have your business showcased on Roku TV through the DC Network throughout episodes of Advanced Pro Wrestling, as well as YouTube, Facebook, and also through the Squared Circle podcast. For inquiries, please email advertisewithapw@gmail.com.
Gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening.
We have with us Tuson Dunn, Bodark Bronson. Welcome, gentlemen. Appreciate you joining us tonight.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Congratulations on your big win there.
Again,
look at him, always classy. Always classy.
Yeah, always classy.
So humble is he.
Yeah.
The most humble.
All right. Well, Jenna, I'm going to play a video that was leaked, and I'll get your your side of this right after. Let's play this real quick.
Hey man, you did good today, man. I don't know what that deal is. I hope we can, but we'll get them eventually. All right. Love you. You be careful out there.
Now it's not super clear, but I
I
believe
can explain this. I can
Okay.
explain this.
Mhm.
The footage is a little grainy and it's hard to make out, but what you're seeing here is actually a tragic accident. His gear bag fell on him, and then a pair of nunchucks fell on him several times. And what you're seeing here is me and Bodark trying to help this man. And it's being
Okay.
taken way out of context at this point. That's our
Okay.
He
explanation.
fell.
We're
I
sticking to
reached
it.
with my foot to try to. Right, I couldn't get
Yeah,
him
I
up.
thought I saw a spider on the ground, so I threw my belt on it and gave it a good stomping, and I saved him. It was a Black Widow.
Mm, mm, mm.
Heard
Tragic
some wild
accident.
stories,
Could
but
happen to
that
anybody.
was pretty wild.
No, man. Ricky's a snake and a liar. He promised. He said, "I'll never be in a sanctioned match, brother. I don't wrestle no more, brother." And he's so full of it. And then, sure enough, there he was. As soon as Trey got onto the bottom, Ricky had to just go and get in. And that's exactly what happened. And pay the price.
We're here to prove that. Everybody knows his past. Everybody knows his history. We're going to expose that. And we
they
decided
took the top
to
of the
take out the
target.
big tippy top dog of Sanctuary to go ahead and prove that. Now there's only one member left, and he's got what, a special partner, mystery man. Is it you, Jay? Is it you, Jay
I
Kirby?
have
Is this part of your
not been
return?
signed for any matches just yet. But I mean, here goes the question, boys. Did you guys not instigate this this quickly bittering rivalry? It started off as two gentlemen that were out here to prove themselves, and it quickly escalated into a family affair of fights. Did you boys not escalate this when Tucson attacked Trey at when Legends were made?
Yes.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
You could say maybe I escalated the situation, but one
It
could
felt-
say the situation rolls a lot deeper than one might think.
I felt targeted. I mean, first I had my match with Ballack. That went how it went. He ended up getting removed from Sanctuary because of his actions in that match. I brought out the worst in him. And I think Ricky's worried that we're going to do the same to Trey. I don't know. There seems to be this targeting system with the Sanctuary where they just keep coming after us. And you know what? They've got my attention for sure at this point, as Ricky has found out.
Mm-hmm. He's willing to say he does anything for his family, his son. We're willing to do anything for us. We're a family.
You know what I mean? No.
On Saturday, you did have. I mean, you tried to come back into the ring to help Bodark, Tucson, and then Ricky caught you, and you both
You got
exchanged
into it.
blows outside the ring.
You started scrapping. You started throwing down. It was a Donnybrook.
Yeah, and I guess
It
that's
is.
all you're ever going to see out of me and Ricky is a hockey brawl. But survival of the fittest, survival of the strongest. The man is up in crutches right now, probably watching this video, wishing that we could have a wrestling match. Maybe one day, old man. Heal up.
Yeah.
No.
One thing's for sure, we'll find out who the partner is going to be when it is time. Next Saturday, May 17th. We don't have to wait 5 weeks this time. We're only a week and a half, or just a week and a couple of days away now from
9 days away. 9
Yeah.
days.
What do you think, Bodark? I think it's Bigfoot. I think it's the Loch Ness Monster.
I mean,
I
Ballack's
was thinking-
back. I mean, maybe Ballack is going to be joining them. I don't know.
reunion.
Little green
And
alien, long
Sanctuary.
alien-bodied men.
In all seriousness, yes, there are a lot of returns coming about, and at this point, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Could be Bigfoot. That might honestly surprise me.
Well, gentlemen,
Yeah, I did.
let's talk about
I did
your
win.
careers, because I know that I've seen you in action at other promotions, not just APW. So you're obviously around. How long have you both been wrestling?
Wrestling after training 4 years.
4 years. Okay. And have you always been partners, or was this new?
Not at first. It was kind of a bitter start at first. No, yeah, I'll air it out. It was kind of a bitter start at first. It felt real competitive whenever we were training. It felt like we were training against each other rather than with each other, and it took a few matches, and a few of them got ugly. A lot of good work out of him though, and I don't know, something opened up between us, and we kind of just started laughing about it.
Yeah, Ricky and Trey are doing their podcast right now as well, and they're watching along as you're speaking. So
this history runs pretty deep, because our trainer and Ricky Jackson also have a very strong history. Have gone at it head to head several bouts back in the past.
Okay.
So
at one point
he mentioned a few things about that. He keeps bringing up our coach, and he says a few things about our coach, and we're not big fans of that.
Okay.
And I found that out whenever I was doing my studies on Ricky. I found quite a few flyers with Cowboy Adam versus Ricky Jackson, and I had to reach out to him and get some advice from him, real quick, to tell me he was a snake. And by the time he told me to watch out for that kendo stick, I had already had a big old gash right across my back from it. So
I know that kendo stick can be a little deadly. So
yeah.
Now,
it drew blood for sure.
Now, you two gentlemen, I don't know if you take this as some sort of strange badge of honor, or if you just take it as you're getting into Mr. Jackson's head. You are the first competitors ever since Ricky has started this road of redemption, this changing of his ways. You're the first team to get under his skin enough to cause him to use physical violence.
Because he hasn't changed. He's the same person.
He almost swung on Orphan, almost swung on Seth, but you guys were the straw that broke the camel's back. And then Ricky then attempted to break the kendo stick across yours. Your thoughts?
Right. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you how I feel about it. And I think it honestly started with Balak, because I can remember whenever I was looking into Balak when I first came over and made my debut at APW. Balak was on a losing streak. And I came in there, and I think I was targeted just so that way Balak could get an easy up. And I think whenever I brought the worst out of Balak, and look at what happened. And I think that upset Ricky, and that's why he targeted me again with Trey. I think it was his own path of personal redemption, and I think after Tuson came out there and showed that we're not some glorified means for you to feel better about yourself. You're not coming at me with that, and we proved that we're more of a fight than just that. And I think that's what happened is once again I have brought the worst out of someone else, and this time it was Ricky. I made a liar out of him, and what did he do? He joined in that Royale, and lie to me again. We'll find out.
That's exactly right.
How it is.
Ricky has said that he was done in the ring, and I guess I don't know, I don't know if he was in the same situation as I was, where not necessarily a willing participant, just kind of he was there, so he got called in, or if he had volunteered for that.
He looked willing.
Listen, he did go in a lot faster.
My opinions of you two's actions against Ricky after the bell aside, Chris, when a man comes to the ring with his knuckles taped, he's usually willing.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly
You do have a point. Yeah, he did look a lot more ready than I was.
I can speak on this occasion very, very in depth I've got the inside scoop on this one. If you've got wrestling boots and a knee brace on, you're ready to get in there and fight. So
The man walks around with wrestling weapons. He walks around with a kendo stick ready for a fight. How much truth is he speaking in that?
Yeah.
And he's obviously willing to use them when people's backs are turned.
Oh man.
now the argument could be made, Tucson. It could be made. I'm not here to start a fight, okay? If we want to start a fight, there's a ring. We can settle this like gentlemen. But putting hands on his son during a singles match might have instigated that attack, I should say.
He could have asked me politely.
Now, Tucson, I noticed the repertoire behind you, and most of the matches I've seen of yours have been more hardcore, anything goes matches. Is that your favorite, your match of choice, or do you?
Is that your MO, your forte?
Or is that just kind of what you get thrown into?
You're down dirty street fights?
It actually kind of is what I get thrown into kind of by accident. So I've learned to embrace it in a certain type of way. Because you got the certain stigmatism behind it. Certain things are said behind it. So I try to embrace it a little bit differently and approach it with a bit of a different style. But this is my office. This is my daily hang around. I bring my work with me.
All right. You did have a very big repertoire of paraphernalia when you were at NTW a couple weeks ago. So
office tools, state of the art equipment.
Yes, got it. Okay. Bodark, do you have a preference in the type of matches that you're in?
One with a competitive edge. Really, really, it does it. I've worked hardcore with Tuson. I've done the more technical singles with some pretty credited wrestlers, and I've had the street fights before. If I had to say which one I'd pick, I'd prefer one with set rules and boundaries. They hurt a little less for a little less long, But
fair enough.
I'd never turn down a fight.
I think our favorite match is the one where the gold is involved.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask. I see a title belt behind you, Tucson. I assume that is the infamous CTW Tag Team Championships.
It most definitely is. We'll be defending them on May 31st.
Very well. Any chance after your business with the Sanctuary is concluded that you guys would be defending those titles here in APW?
It's out of my hands. But like I said, don't turn down a fight.
We don't turn it down, but if that's the direction that we want to go, then we're willing to swing it. We'll put it on the line anytime for the right person. You got to earn it.
All right. I know the posse's trying to collect belts. I don't know if
you got to win a battle royal and earn a shot at the title.
That's all right.
Yeah, no, there's a couple of tag teams out there right now I've noticed that are going around scooping up all the belts in Texas and collecting them and wearing them on their hips like holsters. So we'll see. We'll see what happens and who decides to try and come after ours next.
So we may see a showdown at high noon, is what you're saying.
Pistols at dawn.
Pistols at dawn. I see.
So you guys have been around for a little bit. Any of what would have been your favorite? What is there a favorite match? A match that stands out that you were in?
I mean, favorite match offhand, I'd have to maybe sit here and think about it for a minute because I've had such great matches that I've really enjoyed. I'm really enjoying the tag division right now with my partner, though, and I will say that it's given me a lot of freedoms to do certain things, and working with my brother here has just been amazing so far in my career. So I really enjoy the tag division at this time.
Okay.
There was one particular tag match that I had with Tuson, and God, we were out in the sticks, way off in the middle of nowhere. I couldn't even remember where it was. It was some Knights of Columbia Hall, but there was a tag match, and it was a no DQ, and I can't remember what was going on exactly. I got put through a table at one point, but I just remember holding up a mailbox, and some kid just screams, "Hit him in the head!" And some other kid goes, "Hit him in the butt!" So I just wham! And when I did, that mailbox just took a left turn right at the end, and it just bent over. And I think that was probably one of the more fun matches I've had. Was just kids just screaming the whole time.
I have that mailbox right here, actually.
All right, Joe. Well, we're gonna take our last commercial break, and we'll be right back to talk a little bit more. Maybe.
Let's be real. No one likes being locked into a contract or getting hit with surprise fees. At Advanced Fitness Center, we keep it simple. No contracts, no cancellation fees, and no nonsense. You pay month to month, and if life happens and you need to cancel, no problem at all. No headaches, no fine print. This is a great gym that works with your schedule and budget. So, if you're tired of the runaround from other gyms, come see what makes AFC different.
Are you enjoying watching full episodes of Advanced Pro Wrestling on the DC Network? Well, why not catch a live show? Advanced Pro Wrestling is bringing action throughout the year in Johnson County. Catch one of our shows live in Cleveland or Alvarado, Texas. But what are you waiting for? Visit advancedprowrestling.com and get your tickets today for the next live show and come be a part of the APW experience.
Once again, we will be back in Alvarado, Texas next Saturday, May 17th for Craving Carnage. We are ready for to be back in Alvarado. It's been much too long. Not intentional, just some booking issues with the dates that we were planning, and they already had events going on. But we'll be back in Alvarado. It's kind of interesting because last year we ended like almost every show in Alvarado, and this year we started every show in Cleburne, and so it just kind of we had to make it up. But this Saturday or the next Saturday, you will be facing Trey once again with a mystery opponent. Does that worry you at all, not knowing who the opponent is, or are you just ready to go?
Again, we're not really worried about who it could be. It can't be anybody that important. The Bigfoots and aliens would be more important, to be honest. I would rather much him show up with the Loch Ness Monster. I would finally have a formidable opponent to go against. But so no, we're not really worried. If he knows what's good for him, he wouldn't even show up to the match.
Leave Trey on his own.
Leave Trey on his own. No, either of them. The mystery guy or Trey. If any of them knew what was good for themselves.
I couldn't imagine, honestly, who would shake hands with Ricky Jackson. So.
I know he does have friends. I mean, there are people who embrace the sanctuary. I mean, it's not like he has no friends. No.
One's willing to get in the ring with his boy. We'll see.
Yeah, I heard a few cheers from the crowd. If any of them are willing to come and step in the ring, so be it. That'll again easy match for us.
Yeah. Now I've had volunteers from the audience, but it's not to wrestle you guys.
Yeah. Cleanup crew. That's what we'll need, volunteers for a cleanup crew after the match.
Now, gentlemen, I know outside of obviously checking on his father, Ricky, Trey has been in the APW training center. He's been working on his abilities. He's been trying to improve to make a name for himself here in APW. Is there anything that you two gentlemen have been doing in particular to prepare for a tag team match against Trey and his mystery partner for next Saturday?
Absolutely. We train pretty regularly. We train pretty hard. We have a ring that we dedicate our times to on the weekends, that we set goals and we meet these goals and our own expectations to make ourselves better. And we train with lots of other several individuals that we collectively get all of our knowledge from. So we're not really too worried about the knowledge aspect there. All outside of our jokes and heckling, Trey is a formidable opponent. We respect him. There's certain qualities about him that make him a great wrestler, and we've taken note of that, and we're prepared for what he's going to be bringing to the table.
So,
in all seriousness,
Any dream matches? Any either in as individuals or tag? Is there any matches that you would love to have? Any opponents that you haven't faced yet and you would want to face again, or even if you faced them before, you're looking to again?
oh man, I would definitely like to face Balak Bridges now after this little skirmish that me and him got into during the Battle Royal.
Okay.
I think our little story might not be done there. Bodark, what about you? Yeah, you got some dream guys, huh?
I do. And in fact, unfortunately for me, Tuson had a match against him at one point, and I've just been itching to get a match with him. Is Doberman.
Doberman, yeah, that was a good match. Yeah, I faced Doberman and Ruben Rivera in a tag match, and they handed it to us pretty good. There was their coming out of retirement match, and formidable guys. I would like to see you wrestle Doberman as well.
When it comes to tough guys, I mean that definitely Ruben and Doberman, they
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I can only imagine back in the day of what how they really were at their peak too. So
You know it. The way I saw Doberman moving in the ring, everything about it, oh man, that seems like it would be an absolute grit your teeth match the whole way.
yeah. I'm not calling either one of them old. I'm older than both of them. I'm just saying there is a time and a place for this. Those that are wrestling in their 50s and Haas isn't on tonight, but into their 60s, I'm like, more power to you. I can't even imagine stepping in the ring right now.
Really?
There's not an expiration on the toy, man.
For some people, wrestling is a fountain of youth. I'm telling you.
That's true.
Being in the commentary side of things has brought out my youthfulness. I mean, it's made me get healthier. Yeah. I mean, if you go back and look at squared circles from when I first started 2 years ago, my face was a lot bigger. I've being around all you youngins. No, it's encouraged me to do better.
Face I'll do commentary once I'm balled up in a wheelchair or something and can no longer crawl into the ring. Once I can no longer crawl into the ring, then I'll stop.
Then you'll stop. Okay, got it. Well, we used to have the mouthies Ian Mosley. His favorite question on here was always Tales from the Road. We always have to remind with the asterisk that we are family friendly. So any any Tales from the Road,
at least PG-13.
Yeah. So any fun things that happen, weird things in your travels?
So one of the last APW shows, they decided to give me and Bodark a whole jar of just pickle juice.
Mm-hmm.
And we walked around chugging this whole jar of pickle juice. And let's just say on the way home from the venue, we were stopping about every 20 minutes or so because it was coming right back out of us.
Oh.
So thank you, APW, for our lovely drive home. We enjoyed it. Tales from the Road. That's a tale from the road right there.
There you go.
I would most definitely take another jar of pickle juice at the next show, please.
So
yeah, we'll take the next jar of pickle juice.
I think it takes a couple of shows to get through the jar, so it might not be the next one, but maybe right after the next one after that. I don't know. It depends on how many pickles they sell.
It's an instant detox, so you got to rehydrate right afterwards.
Yeah, No, yeah.
Yeah, immediately.
So all right. Well, we will get back to your match card. We will see you guys coming up on the 20 or not the 27th.
I believe in you, Chris. Come on. There
I guess I gotta
it
add
is.
it. I have to add it before the May 17th, not May 27th. May 17th, Alvarado, Texas. It is Craving Carnage. It will be Tucson and Bodark against Trey and somebody. We don't know
Mystery
who.
Man.
Mystery partner.
Trey's been, if Trey knows, he's keeping it close to his chest right now. He may not even know yet who his partner is. It may be kind of one of those things that WSN may have to step in again and bring bring someone in.
I'm telling you, it's the Loch Ness Foot Monster.
You boys better hope it's not someone WSN brings in, because the last time they did that, it was Shogun.
Yes.
Yeah, Jay, you seemed like you were paying attention during that Royale. You called out a few details. I don't know if you noticed, but the whole time I was fighting either one of them, Trey and Balak never swung at each other. So there really is no telling who could make a return for this.
We're prepared either way.
You got a few ideas, but I'm not letting any cats out.
No worries.
All right, gentlemen. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Any final thoughts about the next weekend or anything else you wanted to share?
Final thoughts is just we're excited to be here and show what we got. This has been a long time coming between us, and it should be a battle for the ages.
All right.
Yeah. And thanks for having us on the show. We really enjoyed the time. Thanks.
Yeah,
Bodark?
not a problem. Thanks for joining us. I love getting to know everybody a little bit more. Our podcast is a little bit different than what the NTW does, but there's Jay, any final words tonight?
I hope that this match between the two of you and Trey Jackson and his mystery partner can stay civil. I know that you boys are down and dirty fighters. I know that you guys are always looking for a good fight, but I hope that, no cheap tactics are needed for this fight. I hope, no knuckle dusters, no run-ins from the back, no helps from Safon Unaki. Hopefully this is just a good old-fashioned tag team match. But with that, thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. Be looking forward to seeing what you guys bring to APW, bring to the APW tag team division, and who knows, maybe I'll see you boys down the road.
Here's to hoping.
All right.
Yeah,
so they will be in action of the 17th, and then you said 31st. Where's the match on the 31st? I know it's Ennis area, but it's not Ennis.
It'll be in Rice, Texas.
Rice, Texas. Yeah, I couldn't remember.
At Rice City Hall.
Yeah,
I got invited to that as well, so we shall see.
Did I? So,
all right, gentlemen. Well, we appreciate you. Thank you for joining us tonight. We will be back next Thursday night with more Squared Circle. I hope I have the right surprises in store next week, but we shall see you all next Thursday night.
More surprises than a golden ticket.
Yeah. Have a good night. We'll see you all next week, and then again on the 17th in Alvarado. Have a good night.
Thanks for having us.